the people at AxisCare that are building the product, managing the product, truly understand the value that that brings to the end user, which actually isn't the client, actually isn't the home care operator. It's the senior in their home. We're so embedded now. I can't remember not working with AxisCare. Couldn't be happier. Just didn't have the expandability. And it was crashing, right? It was crashing a lot. And so when you have franchise partners that need billing, payroll, scheduling, the ability to communicate to caregivers, the product never really, and the relationship never developed the way that we had anticipated. Deliverables didn't turn out the way we had anticipated. So we pulled the handbrake, got off that freeway, and then created the relationship with AxisCare. We needed a really good, stable platform that we could influence development on for the way we were running business. And we got that with you guys. The other players that we were talking to at the time did not want to allow us to have a little bit of creative development with their platforms. And I think that was to their detriment. So that's part of the reason that we looked at AxisCare. You know, we have the ability to influence certain parts of the platform to meet our business needs. That was a big part of it. Both organizations really did a pretty bang up job of trying to diffuse the angst and understanding, I get it, I understand. Tell me what you're trying to achieve, and here's how you achieve it within the platform. So I think that was really helpful. And they're like, okay, they're willing to work with us. And it's not like another platform that said, no, this is how it works. And if you don't like it, sorry, your contract is up in a year. Keep paying your bills. And that's not the relationship we have with you guys. Your training department, your development group actually made that transition as smooth as it could be. So from our corporate level, for me, it's data. Consistent data allows us to make clear decisions. If I don't have consistent data, I can't make clear decisions because it's all muddled. I can pull a report out of AxisCare that will tell me in a month how much revenue was generated by which service codes. I use the data to go, well, are there territories that are underperforming, that aren't meeting our standards? One territory you're blowing up. This other territory doesn't look like you have any revenue in it or very low revenue. What's happening there? Let's talk about that territory. So now I can sit down with the franchise partners and I can look at all kinds of data to help them be better operators. That to me has been the biggest improvement over the last 2 years. Or 3 years. So it's helped us train better to identify where there are short-term issues, long-term issues, but ultimately the data helps us create better operators. From a franchise partner standpoint, how do I attract and onboard the caregiver? How do I attract and onboard a client? And can I do that in one place? I got to bill for that client. I got to pay that caregiver. Can I do that in one place? Can I track my payers in one place? The more I can do in one entity, one ecosystem, the more efficient the operator becomes. If I use the platform correctly, I go, here's my client, who's the best matches? I'll call those 5. It's a very different process and it's a better result for the client and the caregiver. The client is happy and the caregiver is happy because the match is right. At the end of the day, the goal is the right caregiver providing care for the client. So if someone came to me and say, Matt, should I go to AxisCare? I'm on the fence. What would I tell them? You know, what I love about AxisCare is that our cultures align, like our values align. It's so much better when you find a partner in business that cares as much about the caregivers and the clients as you do. And it's interesting, you guys are a tech platform, right? You're a point of care scheduling software, right? You're a staffing software. But you truly, like the people at AxisCare that are building the product, managing the product, training to the product, truly understand the value that that brings to the end user, which actually isn't the client, that actually isn't the home care operator. It's the senior in their home.